In the event of an emergency evacuation, please follow these guidelines. If you are seated in the lower rows of level 100, please walk down the stairs to the floor, proceed through the nearest portal, and exit the building. For the upper rows of level 100, walk up the stairs to the concourse and exit through the nearest doors. Those seated in 200, 300, or loge seating, walk downstairs to the concourse to exit through the nearest doors. Elevators will not be in service, but event staff will be available to guide and assist you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to today's commencement exercises. I am Lane Morris, the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies and Student Affairs in the Haslam College of Business. This day represents a milestone accomplishment in the lives of our students. We are proud of their achievements at UT, and we know that you are too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please stand for the academic processional. The processional includes graduates from the Haslam College of Business class of 2024, faculty representatives led by Marshal Dr. Tim Munyon, who carries the college's banner, Haslam College Dean Stephen Mangum, University of Tennessee Chancellor Don D. Plowman, and UT System President Randy Boyd, who will lead the commencement stage party that includes commencement speaker Jeff Abbott and distinguished members of the college's administration. As you are able, will the audience please remain standing? Gentlemen, please remove your caps and join vocalist Jacob Altrock in singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Jacob is joined by members of the Orange Blossom Saxophone Quartet, Matt Roden, Brooklyn Crabtree, Sean Keenan, and Ben Strobel.
Please be seated, everyone. That was a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to graduation time in Tennessee. It's great to have you here. We want to thank you for joining us on this special occasion. Today marks a significant milestone in the lives of our graduating students. For many members of the class of 2024, this day is especially memorable and meaningful because their high school graduations were disrupted by COVID pandemic. We are thrilled to be able to celebrate them today, and we hope this occasion becomes a cherished memory for everyone who's in attendance. As a reminder, commencement is a formal ceremony. We request that all attendees remain respectful throughout the ceremony. We also ask that everyone stays until the ceremony is officially concluded so that every graduate can fully enjoy the event without disruption. Thank you. So, to begin our ceremony this afternoon, will everyone please join me in a round of applause for today's graduates? We extend a special welcome to the families and loved ones of today's graduates. Thank you for your support of these students. You've been there to share their excitement and to help them through some times of frustration and disappointment as well. To pat them on the back one moment and to gently nudge them out the door to try again the next. Graduating students, please join me in recognizing your family and friends here today. are fortunate to have several Haslam College of Business faculty in attendance today. We thank them for the work they do in creating and delivering educational experiences to today's graduates. We also thank them for the thought leadership that they provide in creating, disseminating, and applying knowledge for the betterment of the world in which we live. Faculty, would you mind standing for a moment that we could recognize you? Thank you. So to today's graduates, know that we are proud of you. You have enriched our lives while you've been here on Rocky Top. Your UT diploma is your ticket to the world. Please know that you'll always be counted as members of the Haslam College family. As you scatter to the world, know that you always will have family here at UT in Knoxville. We look forward to hearing of your accomplishments and to welcoming you home over the years to come. As you depart Rocky Top for adventures that await you, may I share simple advice from my own mother that she shared with me many years ago on the day when I walked across a similar stage at my own graduate ceremony. Her advice was simple: be wise and have fun. And if you have to choose between the two, always choose to be wise. So, graduates, congratulations to each of you. Go forth, be wise, have fun, and if you have to choose between the two, always choose to be wise. I now invite my colleague, Dr. Lane Morris, to the podium as we now begin to recognize many of the accomplishments of this year's graduating class. Lane?
Thank you, Dean Mangum. One of the many traditions at the University of Tennessee is the Senior Impact Campaign. Since its inception in 1991, each graduating class has conducted a fundraising campaign designed to leave a legacy for the students who follow them. We would like to thank the class of 2024 who made their first gifts to the university as our newest alumni. We'd also like to thank those family members who contributed as well. Generosity like this has had a significant impact on your education, and you will impact those who follow you. Because of gifts like these, along with private funding and our alumni's unwavering support, the Haslam College of Business can continue to build on its legacy of excellence. The university challenges all graduates to be proud, to be involved, and be invested. Make one gift of any size every year. Thank you, class of 2024. At this time, we would like to recognize our top graduates in the class of 2024. There are 22 top graduates in today's class, and their names can be found in the program that you have. Top graduates, would you please stand and be recognized? And now it's my highest honor and privilege to introduce an alumnus of the Haslam College of Business and the president of the University of Tennessee System, Randy Boyd.
Graduates, faculty, family, and friends, good afternoon. Well, okay, let's do that again. So in this whole day, there's not going to be too many opportunities for audience response. So good afternoon. Thank you. I'll have one more before we're done. Hey, as the president of the University of Tennessee System, it's my honor to bring you greetings from the UT System. And just in case, you might be like I was back in 1979, when I was sitting as you are now, graduating from the Haslam College of Business, and somebody mentioned the UT System, and I had no idea what they were talking about. So by the numbers, the UT System has 5 campuses across the state, 2 statewide institutes, 95 extension offices, 1 in every single county, 10 ag research centers with over 40,000 acres of farmland and research land, 59,000 total students, 14,000 faculty and staff. So from Mountain City to Memphis, everywhere you look, UT is there. So on behalf of all of the University of Tennessee family across the state and around the world, I'm here to congratulate you on your tremendous accomplishment. So today, we are celebrating all that you've accomplished. To arrive here today, you had to overcome extraordinary challenges, including a pandemic. And through it all, you have succeeded. I've spent my life studying successful people, and I have found there's no one path to success, no one leadership style, and no one magic formula. However, I have noticed one characteristic that everyone that has ever been successful has in common, and that's persistence. Everyone gets knocked down. Everyone fails at some point. But the successful people get back up and keep going. By sitting here today, you have proven you have what it takes. You have proven you are persistent. You have proven you have the intelligence and the talent and the determination and the grit to be successful. So congratulations. We're all excited to see all the great things you will accomplish in your life. So I'm not your keynote speaker today. You have a terrific one coming up in a bit. And I'm reminded that actually nobody came here to hear me speak. However, I'm old, and what we do at graduations is give advice. So I've got to give you just 3 bits of advice, but I'll be brief. First, and here's something that you won't hear every day, and you might not hear again. My first bit of advice is go forth and fail. Didn't see that one coming, I bet. Everyone fails at some point, and doing so early in life has benefits. Here's why I say that. If you're like I was, which was broke when I graduated from college, you'll probably start off with nothing. So if you start off early and fail, you don't have that far to fall. Second, you learn a lot more from your failures than you do from your successes. And the benefit of failing early is that you have the rest of your life to use those lessons to benefit from you. So be bold, take some risks, make your first career choices, places where you can continue to learn, and even if there's a chance of failure, that's okay. Second, make detailed plans and have ambitious goals, but also look for serendipity. Oftentimes, the best things in life are those things that you don't plan for. That's the definition of serendipity. So in my personal life, when I graduated from college in '79, we didn't have laptops. There was no such thing as an Excel spreadsheet. I had a legal pad, and in the back of my legal pad, I did keep my own version of a spreadsheet. I had my 1-year goals, my 5-year goals, and my lifetime goals. I had them organized by career, by education, by health, and then later on I added family goals and philanthropic goals. So I had all this organized. The point to telling you that is this. The best things in my life were never on the spreadsheet. I met my wonderful wife, Jenny, and we've been married now for 39 years. I got to work with Governor Haslam working for the state, and we were able to create something called the Tennessee Promise. And now, for the last 5.5 years, I get to serve my alma mater as the president. None of those things were ever on my list. So, have plans, dream big, but also expect serendipity. Look for those opportunities that are bigger and better than you ever had planned or imagined. Finally, lastly, remember success begins with yes. Every great adventure, every great story starts with someone saying yes. It never starts with someone saying no. So look for opportunities, take some risks, and say yes. And that's it. 3 pieces of advice. Don't be afraid to fail. Look for serendipity, and always say yes to opportunities. In closing, don't think of this commencement as the end of your relationship at UT. It's really just the beginning. For me, as I mentioned, I graduated 45 years ago from this college. I have benefited more from my relationship after graduating than I think I did while I was here. My business had research partnerships with UT. We've hired UT graduates and sponsored forums. I personally have had the opportunity to be a guest lecturer, served on some advisory boards, and formed philanthropic partnerships to give back to my community. I've also tried to pay back my university by donating to projects that I'm passionate about. And now I have the privilege of my life to be able to serve as the University of Tennessee president. So for me, graduation was really just the beginning. And I hope the same thing is true for all of you. So stay engaged and continue to give back to your alma mater so that thousands more can benefit from the same great experience that you had. Once again, congratulations on your tremendous accomplishment today. And here's another part of the audience response part. And go Vols! Thank you.
Thank you, President Boyd. And now it's my honor and pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Mr. Jeff Abbott. Jeff completed his undergraduate degree in supply chain management in the Haslam College of Business. Jeff serves as the Chief Executive Officer for Avanti, a global enterprise software company providing information technology and cybersecurity solution to more than 40,000 customers. He leads this $1 billion corporation with 36 offices and 23 nations around the world. Jeff has shared his knowledge, time, and leadership through service on several boards, including Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, the Posse Foundation, the University of Tennessee Knoxville Alumni Board of Directors. He is a true Tennessee volunteer. Jeff, welcome home and welcome back to Rocky Top. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Jeff Abbott.
Where are my Vols? You out there? All right. Thank you for that kind introduction, Dr. Morris. And let me first say, President Boyd, Dean Mangum, Chancellor Plowman, parents, and you, the graduates, what an honor it is for me to be here today. I love Tennessee. Now, as this is a business school address, I feel like I should give you the objectives right out of the gate, all right? We're gonna highlight what an amazing accomplishment this is and help you realize that. I wanna inspire you on the road ahead, so important that you have a positive outlook, and we're gonna have a little fun. Fair enough? All right. Look, when I think back to my time at Tennessee, it always brings a smile. My days here were certainly filled with hard work, but this is also where I made friends for life, and I know you have too. And I think it was a launching pad for what I have strived to be a meaningful career. But in addition to being a graduate, I'm also a Tennessee dad. I have two students here. My son, Mitch, is a rising senior in the Haslam College of Business, and my daughter, Mia, is a sophomore in the College of Arts and Sciences. So as I was preparing for today, I asked my son, Mitch, you got any advice on what I should say to the graduating class? And he didn't hesitate. Dad, the one thing I'm begging you not to talk about, please, for the love of all that is holy, don't lecture them about the difference between your generation and their generation. Don't compare millennials to Gen this or that. They've heard it their whole lives, and I promise you they're sick of it. True? I'm sure. Dad, you went on, of course. Dad, you want to bore them to death? Go ahead and start with back in my day. The last thing they're going to want to hear is from an old dude like you about things like that. You know, back in my day, sons had more respect for their fathers. In all seriousness, I do want to take a moment and let the enormity of what you've accomplished really settle in. Just think for a moment about the thousands of hours of study, the late night sessions at Hodges, or the Stew, or your favorite places around campus. Think about the group projects, the online versus in class, and that incredible growing experience that is roommates. And the pressure of 3, 4, sometimes 5 finals in the same week. And if you're a student athlete or a working student, I can only imagine everything you've had to balance. But that's really it, isn't it? It's learning to balance free time and fun, part-time jobs and study, and adjusting to become the captain of your own ship. And that's the journey you've gone through, isn't it? I bet some of you probably surprised yourself along the way. You know, in my experience, success has a funny way of sneaking up on us. We don't fully appreciate it until we come up for air. Well, graduates, this is one of those moments. Breathe it in. You did it. Let's also recognize and talk about some of the remarkable conditions that you've endured on your journey, and you heard Dean Mangum and President Boyd talk about some of this, starting with the global pandemic when you were freshmen. That was an incredibly disruptive and challenging time in academics, and I know for each of you personally. In Tennessee and universities around the world, I mean, poor Chancellor Plowman, you had to rethink everything, right? I'm sure wearing masks everywhere and having to pivot to online learning certainly wasn't what you had in mind for your first year in college, was it? But you had to roll with it, and you endured. How about more recently, the overnight sensation in your junior year with generative AI? You had to work with your professors and TAs and the Haslam administration to understand the boundaries of its use and find a way to weave it into your learning and getting work done. And so did the university. And through that frantic time, again, you endured. By the way, speaking of your junior year, there was this one night, the third Saturday in October, we invited some friends over. There have certainly been some remarkable challenges in the business world, too. Here in the US, the highest inflation rates and interest rates in recent years, the massive migration from office environments to remote work, a period of the greatest number of resignations in the industry and industry realignment. You no doubt had to study these conditions in your classes, not fully knowing how they're going to impact you or your careers and your lives. But here you are, and you're graduating. And those of us here who have a few more years on all of you, we've certainly seen our share of historic disruptive events. And we can tell you, it's life, and you will endure. And despite all these headwinds, I have some very good news for all of you. The world is starving for aggressive, passionate, high-energy talent. With few exceptions, every sector in business is innovating, digitally transforming, and quickly evolving. You, with your education and already having proven you have what it takes to overcome challenges, you're going to be highly desirable assets out there in the marketplace. And your experience to pivoting to what's next and enduring has prepared you. As a CEO, I oversee a lot of hiring, and there's several points and attributes about this generation, your generation of business professional, that I find both admirable and remarkable. First, for the first time in postmodern business history, and this is noted by many recent studies, compensation is no longer the top attribute this new generation scores as the highest in terms of importance. For you, it's not about the money. It's a little about the money. But number one on the list is meaning and purpose of work. Further, your generation is sampling various roles and moving through your careers with more fluidity than ever before. You're trying this job for a few years and that job for a few years, sampling and learning as you go. And as a result, skills have become highly transferable. And again, you're setting yourselves apart. Additionally, you're also telling employers you want more balance and flexibility. You're saying, please don't expect us to work 80-hour work weeks. We don't want to burn out. We want to make a difference in our careers and in our lives over the long haul. Now, just a few years ago, I would have told you, hey, sorry, you just don't have the leverage to make that kind of call with your employer. But something remarkable has happened. The generations that came before you, those that are kind of in the middle or late in their career, they're following your lead. They're agreeing with you. They're saying enough is enough. We want work and careers that are meaningful, that treat us with respect, that offer flexibility, that give us a chance to do what we do best. And we want to work for companies that not only deliver great goods and services, but also have the core values we can get behind. It's really interesting. The balance of power between employers and employees has shifted, notably shifted, back towards the employees. Super remarkable. It's your generation that's changing the business world, I believe, in a very powerful direction. It gives me great hope for the future. You give me great hope for the future. Now let's talk about the road ahead. And on behalf of this incredible ring of support around you, and I believe I can speak for all of them, we do have some expectations of you going forward. First, there is only one truly reliable currency left in the world: hard work. The secret of my own career success is pretty simple. I outworked everybody around me. Yes, it did include sacrifice, but there's no way around that part of success. It's a common characteristic of every successful person in this arena today. It doesn't matter where you're from, what's your background, how humble your beginnings, or the competition around you. If you're willing to put in the work, you will succeed. It's a mathematical certainty. Second, learning to fail. And you heard President Boyd talk about this and Dean Mangum. Failing is growing. Failing is learning. It's ultimately succeeding. As you start your careers, you'll be a little nervous, no doubt. Am I taking the right role? Can I succeed? Is there something better out there? It's all okay. You can't really make a wrong move as you're getting started with your careers. Just get started. Trust me. Again, what this ring of love all knows is the road is full of twists and turns, and your path will absolutely evolve as you go, sometimes unexpectedly. And what might feel like a failure is actually a new opportunity. But that's what your time here at Haslam has prepared you for: enduring in the unexpected and rolling forward and thriving. On this one, we actually have an amazing quote from former Tennessee basketball player and current Duke University women's basketball coach, Kara Lawson. She said to her team, kind of one random day after practice, these profound words: life is hard. If you go around waiting for stuff to get easier in life, it's never going to happen. What happens is you handle the hard better. Well said, Kara. Point 3, you know the expression, for those to whom much is given, much is required. This one's simple, and you heard it a little earlier. Find time to give back. Be excellent leaders and representatives of Tennessee and find ways to give back to your communities and your alma mater. And as you eventually start your families and go throughout your career, I do encourage you to instill that value, servant leadership, in your children or people that you may mentor, as I know many of your families and mentors here have done with you. I promise you, all of us here care far more about who you can be than what you do next. If you do these 3 things, the world's your oyster, I promise you. Your only limit in your career will be the limit of your own imagination. And for all 3 of these principles, you're going to find that the Haslam School has prepared you extraordinarily well. And speaking of Haslam, this Haslam right now is the greatest Haslam in the history of Tennessee. I can tell you that with certainty. Absolutely. There's a lot of great business schools out there. They all have their strong qualities, but in my humble and admittedly biased opinion, what most of them lack is the heart of a volunteer. Employers, investors, the business community around the world, they want to work with people that are competent and humble, people who are skilled and down to earth, and people that understand the concept of servant leadership and the value of giving back. This Haslam, this faculty, the resources here, the alumni network, and the continued rising ranking, Dean Mangum, thank you. My friends, you and your Haslam degree take a backseat to no one. After all, we are Vols, as our name indicates, and our mascot is more than a name, it's a principle. You set yourself apart with your purpose, your confidence, your grit and determination, and with your humility. And this circle of support around you, we are proud of all of you. And by the way, if for whatever reason those of you out there do not have people today here to celebrate with you, eyes on me for a minute. I'm here, and your classmates are here, and this amazing faculty is here, and we are all proud of you. So congratulations. Okay, graduates, you've been so patient with me. I'm going to change gears a little bit in my conclusion today. I hope the faculty will allow me this. I was thinking about a close, and I thought, Jeff, you've got college-age kids. You know the lingo, the latest slang. Why not bring this speech home with something this audience will really understand? Ready? Look, you're graduating. You're gonna dip out soon. But this week y'all can celebrate. Look at you in your cap and gown drip out there. Straight fire. But hey, don't rizz up the wrong crowd. Be safe, be smart. Make sure you always pass the vibe check. This chapter might be over, but your job as a Vol is never over. My Roman Empire is still in Knoxville, Tennessee. So last line, ready? So get out there and be proud of the fact that you slayed and you served and you ate this degree up. No crumbs. '24 class, Haslam College Class of Business, University of Tennessee. I'm honored to be here. Congratulations, good luck, and God bless.
Jeff, thank you for those inspirational remarks. And now, as President Boyd, Chancellor Plowman, and Dean Mangum make their way to the front to shake hands with our graduates, Mr. Charles Prim will present the graduates from the Haslam College of Business class of 2024.
Today, our graduates will be introduced individually. Our students have worked hard to earn their degrees. We ask that you be patient as we recognize each graduate. Graduates, the ushers will direct you to the stage where you will be introduced. Once you have crossed the stage and had your photo taken, please return to your seats. The official degree conferral will take place once all names have been called. Michaela Byrne, Michael Edward Joyner, Nathaniel Thomas Barnes, Caroline Ann Lovain, Megan Elise Henley, Kobe Bukason, Sydney Elise Irons, Michael John DeSantis, Justin Lee, Kirsten Jade Adkins, Rhett Howard Elwood, Gabriel Scott Kading, Cole Daniel Bilbao, Isabel Stranick Bradley, Callie Darby Ann Atkins, Maya Lynn Kanoy, Paris Adele Kozlowski, Cone Michael Berger, Emma Catherine Blanks, Aaron Joe McKee, Gracie E. Julian, Taylor F. Gray, Francesca Nicole Keene, Addison Wofford Colvin, Hannah Carol Miracle, Gracie Denise Allen, Cedric D. Brame Thornton, Jordan Arno Reese, Seth Bradford Dunn, Devin Alexander Lebo, Lily Rose Franzen, Catherine Rose Emdeck, Olivia Mignon Lyons, Jordan Taylor Osler, Caitlin Krings, Arden Bell Jordan, Garrett Stephen Hoyt, Andrew Thomas Plymel, Bridget Ann Involdson, Win An Lee, Angel Joy Minosa Townsend, Simone Dumont Blanchette, Morgan Hope Furman, Fisher J. Kershaw, Della Lillian Caruso, Blaine William Alber, Jack Patrick Guptill, Blake R. Nemi, Dallas Thomas Reynolds IV, Evan Marshall Duncan, Matthew R. Barlow, Christian Patrick DePriest Jr., Christopher Angelo DeFelice, Aidan Fisher, Jenna Lee Colin, Jackson Arthur DeFrancesco, Jake Michael Camioni, Ali Hussein El Titi, Clea Lamalari, Calvin Miley, Derek J. Langlois, Colby G. Flowers, Colin Nicholas Medulla, Nicholas John Feaster, McLean Andrew Cheney, Rhett Colin Barnett, John Forrest Bevan, Samuel Houston Hale, Carson Elizabeth Applegate, Olivia Rose Macy, Hannah Rebecca Sane, Cooper Landon Anderson, Sam Brito, Aryan Raj Kumar, Mason Daniel Harrison, Nico Joseph Amato, Kevin Zachary Lovell, Olivia Renee Keller, Haley Elizabeth Morgan, Morgan Elizabeth Hunter, Brandon Matthew Cole, Anthony Lewis Tuber, Davis Wiley Lyon, Brian Donovan, Jack B. Malone, Nicholas Edward Gold, John Ashton Dunn, Alonso Garcia Maldonado, Carson Daniel Cook, Tyler Meir, Connor Jude Fermi, Samuel Shepard Lee, Jacob Fitzgerald Buckner, Jewel Summer Clabo, Jill Elizabeth Farrell, Ashley Elizabeth Nieberding, Sydney Riddick, Emma Rose Mirabella, Sophia Grace Romano, Sophie Ash House, Zachary Allen Swartz, Caleb Henley. K.J. Lewis. Jacob Dickerson Wilson. Evan David Sarsha. Victoria Hope Jackson. Bryce Joseph Nyman. Jake Thomas Rath. Tyler Robert Nordine. Jonathan Sebastian Libertori. Ryan Cullen Gleason. William Lamar Jackson III. Briggs K. Jones. Blake Austin Milton. Kathleen Ann Loop. Gracie Elizabeth Kidd. Sierra Grace Campbell. Joshua Thomas Allen. John T. Lamsey. James Philip Barr. Braden River King. Jack Schreiber. Justin Nicholas Sanzo. Aidan James MacDonald. Jake Michael Otto. Mason Kenneth Crovetti. Frank Edward Pizzonia. Kyle Perry Kempfer. Lauren Bentley. Sarah Eileen Fisher. Carson David Haynes. James Scott Errett. John Carter Kelly. Sadie Mae Stroud. Olivia Ellen Brooke. Jace L. Alexander. Chase Landon Butcher. Zain Youssef Kama. Majid Amr Masad. Houston W. Nash. Cameron Charsky. Joshua Bruns. Grace McKinley Lamb. Avery Smith. Amy Adele Gilmore. Dalton Wesley Reed. Natalie Lauren Shoup. Julia Rose Richmond. Kyra Rebecca Cole. Mia Marchetta Hayden. Elizabeth Antoinette O'Brien. Tedolinda Claudia Rossi. Caleb Ryan Norris. Hayden James Ott. Joshua M. Roper. Luke Xavier Ireton. Avery Q. Hathaway. Adam Michael Fuller. Sarah Elizabeth Friels. Ritika Senapati. Isabella Ann Enoch. Amber Lee Elizabeth French. Nicole Diane Carvagno. Jasmine Kara Sullivan. Eli Davis. Caitlin Elizabeth Hearn. K.J. Malone. Taven Tyrone Davis. Amir Gray. Ivan Swindle. Nellie Nima Musana. Ashanti V. Moore. Kendall Lanice Williams. Keandra K. Kirkendall. Jesus Garcia. Emily Marie Lawhead. Tyler Busher. Fletcher Davis. Micah Scott Enfinger. Thomas Bailey Green. Victor T. Dominguez. Joshua King. Peter Michael Burns. Ellis U. Bosco. Emily A. Rowe. Bryn Amelia Brazukas. Erica Lynn Hart. Sydney Way May Wiebe. Mary Kate Krause. Ashley Elizabeth Berry. Allie Elizabeth Blackman. Shayna Lee Masterman. Caitlin Rihanna Bowser. Rihanna Rashay Grant. James John Hoban.
Let's go!
Christopher Jamal Williams.
Yes, sir!
Jared Nelson Gamble.
Yes, sir!
Hamza R. Altobasi. Colin Orr. Ian Drum. Santino Philip DiBartolo. Adam Lee Lamberson. Kaylee Paige Farrow. Kim Boy. Lindsay Delilah Kalber. Paula Friedrich Kerner. Riley Thomas O'Connor. Eli Christian Cantrell. Jackson Rolla. Anthony Warren Davis. Harrison Bates Clark. Alejandro Jesus Garcia. Hunter Michael Brzezowski. Carter Douglas Kirby. Justin Christopher Bouchard. Spencer Sevier Belanger. Jackson Dolan. McKenna Elizabeth Manley. Julia Blythe Riley. Leslie P. Holt. Catherine Elaine Stresser. Sophia Catalina Sanabria. William Thomas King III. Grant Cooper Hardin Pinson. Miller Andrew Ridpath. Sarah Claire Renzi. Adam James Long. Ashley Dwyer. Mary Grace Shields. Megan Mariah Rose Gass. Madison Marie Turner. Lindsay Michelle Archer. Ainsley Claire Castle. Ella Decker Sabins. Jillian Elizabeth Degman. Abigail Louise Roundtree. Katie Elizabeth Peterson. Lorna Alexandra Straza. Catherine Jean Yatuma, Emily Lawless, Aidan Wesley Gooden, Hannah Grace Pritchett, Kylie Marie Autry, Jacob Sinkowski, Michael David Forshee, Brandon Tyler Brown, Keegan Joseph Lahart, Blake Ulred Botsford, Henry Stephen Dunlap, Mary R. Hadjick, Veda Rose C., Ella Catherine Bowen, Jeffrey P. Riley, Jr., Paul Elias Flores, Mason Lee Gerard, Tyson John Fish, William Lee Greenway, Lindsay Grace Adkisson, Parker Andrew Fegley, Jackson Ubriaco, Luke David Powell, Leslie Karina Botello Avila, Emma Grace Covington, Graham Michael Garrity, Samantha Braun, Jack Hanley, Nolan Joseph de Grand Prix, Connor Roberts Green, Amelia Pastoral Flavin, Landon James Hollinsworth, Ashton Elizabeth McDaniel, Eric Robert Schuler, Kevin James McGloin, Christopher Wayne Hollander, Stuart Sidney Tyler, Matthew Lester Struble, Colton Thomas Scott, Nicole Jankowski, Glory Perry, Laura Adele Featherly, Kyle Patrick Jones, Charlie Reese Gillenwater, Cole H. Britt, Christian Neil Holland, Lauren E. Gahan, Caroline Hensley, Adam Joseph Demary, Samuel Brooks Aiken, Elizabeth Aiden Hinkie, Ella C. Harrison, Benjamin Francis Justin Head, Brooke Taylor Macmillan, Aubrey Pittman, Abigail Maxine Urch, Abigail Faith Addington, Eric James Paulhart, Shane Andrew McCullough, Najee Combs, Luke Wilson Lampley, Emerson Weisenhofer, William Parker Jones, Christopher Paul Myers, Luke Aaron Randolph, Barrett Mitchell Chambers, Caden Tollett, William Tyson Hutchison, William Jackson Daniel, Ethan Robert Hill, William Matthew Crowder, Derek J. Thurston, Matthew Samuel Fry, Reese David Kirkwood, Caden Christopher Lee Carr, James Dillard Jordan, Cameron Todd Gerlach, Davin Thomas Dewar, Andrew Frank Machaki, Samuel David Lindeff, Ryan Nicholas Lambert, Michael Dylan Ferguson, Ty Allen Sossman, Luke Charles Broy, Gaston Moore, Jax Lambert, Parker Thomas Edwards, Robert Guerin, Philip Ledbetter, Liam Decker, Jackson Thomas Brazil, Cameron Robert Hill, Blake Monroe Buckner, Ethan Brewer McCool, Nicholas Christian Doty, Michael Eugene Kaderabek, Dylan Brown, Austin James Levin, William Albright, Will Brooks, James Timothy McCord, Braden Lowell Carnes, Casey Lyons, Jennifer Rose Johannes, Olivia Caroline Garavelli, Carmen Divine Cornett, Kayla Mann, Casey Gale Cannon, Jackson Gully, Aiden A. Lay, Carter Kempton Jones, John Johnson Teeter Jr., Kyle Michael Higgins, Matthew Carbone, Joseph Foster John Crichton, Tyler Matthew Murphy, Lindsay Aaron Cunningham, Veronica Michnevich, Jacob Alexander Skorin, Kyle Andrew Bragg, Matthew Wyatt Bevel Jr., Amber Lee Bates, Emily Wilds Geiger, Lillian Elise Thompson Brown, Annika Penelope Flores, Georgia Marie Drennan, Spencer Clark Ing, Ella Marie Chafee, Catherine Taylor Ballas, Hannah Page Holgerson, Dylan Brooks Adrada, Ryan Jackson Foster, Reed Hudson Brim, Benjamin Paul Lineback, Charles George Lineback, Mitchell Church, Duncan Douglas Dillman, Anthony Hilton, Trey Alexander Fonts, Timothy Ryan Lampley, Andrew Xavier Isaacson, James Patrick Schuster, Ronald Nicholas Antonelli III, Henry Eric Koth, Hayden N. Harville, John Thomas Gluhowski, Grant Robert Porch, Griffin Robert Thoran, Carla Patricia Guyton, Ian Michael Cummins, Jack McLean Egan, Victoria Akira Eisenstadt, Kevin Philip Donald Eisenstadt, Catherine Grace Emery, Brooke Lauren Devaney, Kelsey Elizabeth Bailey, Sydney Ann Hopper, Kayla Gail Johnson, Natalie Ray Shannon, Matthew Eubanks, Alexander David Dunlap, Brooke Ashley Dixon, Alice Jet Davidson, Caroline Elizabeth Emson, Avery Claire Fulmer, Laura Elizabeth Hood, Cole Breesaw, Ryan William Cronin, Sawyer Grant Ellison, Zachary Graham Harriman, Kenneth Knox Broach, Tyler Evan Sturmetz, Ralph Coleman McDonald, Ethan Bennett Saunders, Joshua Garrett Hartsoff, Mason Warren Johnson, James Kincaid Young, William John Cummings, Grant Parker Shacklet, Liam Byrne Wasson, Hamilton Snipes, Davis Charles Boving, Carson John Lee Dreyer, Hayden Martello Candela, Harrison Lemuel First, Royce Eli Reese, Owen Thomas Darty, Robert Fielden Bowman, Cade Peyton Williford, Reed Kiefler, Michael Reese Cosentino, Joseph John Bissing, Mary Brooke Barber, Addison Kane, Molly Elizabeth O'Neill, Adeline Susan Overholzer, Taylor Lorraine Bowl, Jacob D. Fian, Tate J. Donnelly, Raihan Elijah Ingram, Abigail R. Brooks Tubbs, Reagan Elizabeth Peters, Brooke Violet Pfeffer, Sydney Anna Thomas, Harvey Fortner Gower, Thomas Conrad Laughlin, Griffin Emery Alvis. Hunter Charles Peter Went. Andrew James Dixon. Harrison G. Galbraith. Carly Grace Dockery. Thomas Grant Fry. Lucas Hamilton Kaufman. Parker Dixon. Santiago Bryant. Montgomery Clark Wood. Ava McWhorter. Grayson McLean Taylor. Alexandra Marie Urkanen. Avery Nicole Lemming. Alexandra Marie Hell. Michaela Lane Poliski. Myers Ann Baldock. Emily Grace Isaacs. Sarah Elizabeth Cloud. Ryan Kenneth Atwood. Wesley Robert Beitler. Connor James DeSalle. Sydney Kate Askins. Meredith James Murphy. O'Day Waji Assad. Mohammed Youssef Hussein. Luke Houston Fitzsimmons. Noah Allen Hutchison. Caleb Matthew King. Nicholas Ryan Hatfield. Andrea R. Nigro. Birant Clayton Bolink. Thomas Winfield Hunt. Thomas Rendelman McCartney. Matthew Eugene Yim. Dalton Edward Schneider. Andrew David Gillette. Nathaniel Houston Ernstberger. Caitlin Marie Summers. Lauren Griffin. Courtney Webb. Lauren Fortino. Ryan Taylor O'Shea. Eleni Nicole Tartaglia. Natalie Grace Burr. Emily Catherine Becker. Lindsay Wyndham Campbell. Tess Elizabeth DeBoer. Jacqueline S. Tenney. Sophia Kathleen Baker. Ryan Claire Kablank. Benjamin Noah Wiving. Cole Vance Rayfield. Jackson Sukatis. Nicholas H. Jabour. Liam Oliver Krebs. Luke Ayler Collins. Joseph R. Burrows. John Weldon Moore. Sahil Singh. Lacey Elizabeth Hooper. Julie Ann Lofton. Erin Margaret Bell. Stephen Bell. Riley Michael Zorancic. Scott Daughtry. John Tucker Gaskins. Henry Chambers Wildman, Brody William Weaver, Braden Scott Mangus, Ansley Gail Oliver, Caroline Grace Noble, Emily Fleming, Riley McHale Davis, Lilia Evelyn Jiang Engel, Braden Asher Lee, Campbell David Dowling, Matthew A. Helton, Ethan Todd Davis, Charles Andrew Kaline, Judson Scott Butler, Miles Thomas Denton, Luke Thomas Fielding, Jackson Christopher Bass, Charlotte Duke, Caitlin Rose Marzoff, Katie Delia Brennan, Sophia Claire Castellano, Christine Ann Bebbington, Sarah Marie Tartaglia, Elizabeth LaPlante Case, Mark Alexander Coffey, Charles Mateo Childers, Jessica Morgan Keenan, Zachary David Logan, Grant Michael Hall, Andre Bibiano, Isaiah K. Hawbaker, Christian Otto Hugh Brando, Enoch Judong M, Elijah John Counts, Bailey Fletcher Deschmuck, Jake Matthew Headley, Alexander Paul Casey, Christy Sarah Hahn, Dalton Lee Jackson, Christopher John Blackford III, Camden Frost, Samuel Franklin Holloway, Ryan Michael Ely, Brody A. Griffith, Jacob Paul Friedman, Nicholas Holland Hanna, Michael Dunn, Gavin Cole Damewood, Matthew Allen Best, Jules Brandon Bergman, Kelsey Aaron Gardner, Maxwell Turner Dean, Mary Elizabeth Glazer, Madison Hancock, Lakin Inman, Madeline Degas, Sally J. Myers, Jenna Lee Horner, Gracie Lee Eden, Erin Michelle Hansen, McCall Kingsley Gaddis, Sydney Wilson Jones, Sydney Elizabeth Royce, Norman William Sparks III, Jack Loveridge, Lucas Robert Nolson. Jackson Squires French. Hayden Pryor. Connor William Kolstad. Rachel Cameron France. Paris Elizabeth Amari. Devin Burton Hoke. Kim Nguyen. Wilson Guo. Benjamin Liam Koo. Amritha Thiravidula. Alexandra Rose Duncan. Michael Albert Lusick. Ridge Michael Wagner. Ezra Elias Saylor. Cecilia Rose Barnsby. Daniel Ward Gerloff. Carol Hua. Samrat Kanal. Claire Graves. Vanessa Alexandra Gilly. Catherine Alina Gentry. Michael R. Bontrager. Olivia Sofia Lopez. Alexander Maddox Kerr. Jakendrick J. Avant Beelan. Lily Josephine Hott. Nathaniel Ray Possenball. Riley Justin Fish. Ella Grace Lawrence. Hayden T. Aruda. Carter Ray Warren. Logan Davis Hamel. Cameron Patrick Von Hensley. William Gregory Ferris. Emmett Harrison Ernsberger. Celia Zhang. Meredith C. McCarty. Shannon Grace Roberts. Nathaniel Slump. Kelly Marie Moscato. Darby Grace Curvin. Grace Felicidad Manlapas. Olivia Ray Schwab. Vincenzo Anthony Costanzo. Thomas Wharton. Matthew J. Olstrom. Nicholas De Gaetano. John Miller Lehman. Shuki Dai. Robert Tiger Canati. Nicholas Blair Cahoon. Beckett Lee Harper. Elena Joy Sumter. Akshay Bakshi. Lauren McQuilkin. Sean Michael Butler. Bethany Marie Nafziger. Olivia Grace Hagar. John Michael Joseph Lyons. Renata Solana Morales. Francis Buchanan. Paige Margaret Kohler. Patrick Zane Kelly. Ziyad Banadkaji. Devin Michael Colligan. Sami Elias Ibrahim. Jordan T. Gray. Caroline Grace Dolslager. Mattie Beth Pulley. Macy Burstowski. Reagan Leanne Haynes. Stephanie Craven. Delaney Carol Teeter. Victoria Kelly Harden. Megan Marie Kelly. Kelly Elizabeth Connolly. Piper Grace Gamble. Shannon McCarthy Murphy. Julia Ann Weinstein. Margaret McGee. Elizabeth Grace Payne. Sydney Claire Williams. Towns Webb Wilkinson. Sophia Louise Sampietro. Alexis Grace Massengill. Ashley Ruth Long. Sarah McClellan Mosier. Joshua Thomas Stubblefield. Hayes Gautreaux. Edward Michael Morgan. Andrew Nolan Alcott. Robert Clark Almond Jr. Braden James Smith. James Alexander Francavilla. Jacob D. Cohen. Mary I. Law. Carly Beth Fox. Paige Ashley Heeman. Aaliyah Kirani. Javian Jamal Vincent. Tyreek Thomas. Shama Ashish Patel. Madeline Lee Seals. Mary Catherine Bernard. Morgan Caroline Bowers. Ainsley Marie Drexler. Julia Robbins Fisher. Bristol Jean Fitzgerald. Jonna Shea Hardy. Zara Sophia Guzlan. Alec John DeVries. Michaela Antoinette Seaman. Lainey Ryan Lawton. Madison Lee Hodge. Angelina Sky Sejak. Ella James Dalton Vafides. Caroline Grace Hall. Mitchell Ross Pellin. Natalie Elizabeth Murrah. Coley Judson Whitley. Wyatt Bedford Fleming. Dane Ross Ripple. Rafael Nicolas Ponce de Leon Castilla. Dylan Parker Richardson. Jacob Allen Scott Reeser. Brooke Rosen. Naveed E. Norbaksh. Ian Richard Norton Parton. John A. Roach. Mackenzie Nielsen Bond. Aaron Noel Dunn. Cody Duke. Anusha S. Ashwath. Lydia Dorothy Chasen. Sierra A. Wilson. James Michael Ussery. Nolan Grant Wilson. Trevor Vickery. Chloe Elise Patton. Sophia Lynn Wabshaw. Alex Edward Osborne. Annie Lauren Repass. Tristan J. Speaks. Matthew Bradford Mann. Brian Andrew Rhino. Benjamin Michael Leibovitz. Ben Monroe. Matthew Bryce Cotter. Hannah Rose Patrick Nanny. Sarah Roach. Danielle Antoinette Steininger. Carrie Nicole Willard. Gwendolyn Elizabeth Drew. Alexandra Nina Palomo. Elliot Micah. Andrew Joseph Belen. Emily Goebel. Jake Ryan Rosinski. John Michael Jacobson. Patrick William Jordan. Andrew Joseph Spagnolo. Evan Anthony Gardner. Jay Lee. Madison Mary Spence. Lucilla Bell Sims. Caroline Suzanne Pierce. Jameson Anna Hunsberger. Andrew David Pabst. Vincenzo Damiano Molina. Robert James DePercio. David John O'Sullivan. Albert James Skeeto. Charles Ramos. Justin Wynn. Parker Mann. Viviana Anjuli Velos. Ethan Daniel Privman. Tyler Stephen Caracato. Preston Wilson Foster. Nicholas James Sharp. Jackie Ki-Ying Zhang. Keyur Patel. Yash Mukesh Kumar Patel. Nishil Ramesh Patel. Riya Bharat Patel. Nancy Sanjay Patel. Ansh Kaushik Patel. Daksh Alkesh Dalwadi. Param Mayank Vyas. Yechan Song. Morgan Shepard. Brianna Caitlin Mays. Gabrielle Miriam McEwen. Callista Faith Fenton. Andrew Philip Raymond. Joseph Luis Walker. Joseph E. Tornstrom. Carrie Ashlyn Massey. Hannah Grace Carroll. Mia Grace Pike. Caleb Nathaniel Pratt. Riley Wade Willingham. Cameron Scott Richards. Frank Nicholas Schlafer. Lindsay Catherine Hickok Perry. Mackenzie Ann Napier. Hannah Christina McGill. Devin Weiler Marchand. Kara Ann McKilligan. Savannah Youngquist. Emma Claire Sawyers. Ryland Warren Whitehead. Tyron A. McNear. Parker Records. Gabriella Joyce McCauley. Joseph D. Dunbar. Jaden Chase Anderson. Kyler Ann Gwaltney. Jacob Ross Wilson. Zachary McKay Whitler. Sanders Whittington Whiteside. Christian William Shuring. Edward Alexander Phillips. Braden Kyle Sawyer. Aaron Michael Orndorff. Trent Edward Kenyon. Stephen Nicholas Otwell. Brooklyn Noel Rippey. Allison Camille Reimer. Heidi Marie Sturzel. Grant Sargent. Nicholas Vincent Parisi. Luke Michael Morris. Mason Ashworth Robinette. Allison Ray Wrights. Isabella Rose McAnally. Olivia Morgan Lakis. Madeline Ryan Smith. Hannah Lee McKay. Allie Medlin. Ellie Nicole Duggar. Alec Dean McCreary. Brian Thomas Schultz.
You can go.
Landon Ellis Word. Ryan Michael Matthews.
Go ahead.
Joseph Robert Martinucci.
Go ahead.
Dylan Rocky Mize.
Go ahead.
Olivia Rose Walton. Caroline Grace Parks. Jeffrey Frank Scott II. Aniston Wills. Lane Morgan Stelluti. Caroline Elizabeth Snyder. Madeline Noel Mustard. Claire Elizabeth Colbert. Mallory Ann Craig. Caitlin B. Gallimore. Abigail Harrington. Emma Elizabeth Keller, Jake Edward Tasman, Ross Simpson, Jonathan Cole Petit, Louis E. Silverstein, Connor Jones, Ethan Rout, Carter Ryan Speedy,
Go ahead.
Rishikesh Milind Salitri,
Go ahead.
Kyle Dinuj Silo,
Go ahead.
Colby R. White,
Go ahead.
Jacob E. Vanneman, Catherine Hope Pyle, Corinna Stroom, Parker Jean Anderson,
Go ahead.
Taylor A. Qualls, Parker Riggs,
Go ahead.
Connor Weir,
Go ahead.
Noah Bradley Vroom, Matthew John Zook,
Go ahead.
Jacob Turner Wiggs, Olivia Daniels, Parker Scott Ackerhausen, Tyler Bryant Rigsby, Alexander Robert Joffrey, Richard Brendan Trachio, Joshua D. Caldwell, Tristan Orby, Zachary Asdeen Darif, Owen Emerson Edwards, Dane Ivan Wheeler, Alexander David Preble, Zachary Harrison Janis, Kaylin Sarah Molwy, Jennifer Howell Tuffy, Caden Simmer, Trice Yarbrough, Farrell Moore Lale, Curtis Perry, Nicholas Stanley Ledieu, Malia Jean Williams, Andrew Henry Martin, Hunter Alexander Stroud, Jackson Lucas Scott, Spencer J. Stallnaker, Jack Charles Garbazinski, Baker B. Whitfield,
You can go.
John Lawrence Cupp, Matthew Carter Camp, Bryce Wallace Autry, Julia Ruth O'Connell, Rebecca Anna DeFelice, Brandon Michael Spencer, John William Robinson,
Go ahead.
Michael Alexander Tonkin, John Ogle, Bailey Elizabeth Babb, Andrew Reed, Nicholas Lee Proctor,
Go ahead.
Austin Michael Ward,
Go ahead.
Emily Catherine Whelan, Samantha Jordan Whipper, Arden Rose Oberlander, Isabella Rasavon, Grace Ella Raper, Anna Ogle, Liam Andrew Stark. Julia Amber Scott. Emma Catherine Boltman. Blake Seward Norris. Jalen Caleb Truong. Jacob Tyler Schneewies. Nash Edmund Prince. Benjamin Petro. Alexander McBriar. Everett Woodward McBrayer. Colin Brooks McLeod. Anna Catherine Strome. Madeline Thompson. Noah Aaron Wurzberg. Ashley Lauren Sanderson. Nicole Alexandra Gomez. Zachary Roy Wyatt. Nicholas Jacob Sagara. Connor Ray Smith. Melanie Lynn Luke. Max Roth. Savannah Elise Domingo. Dim Daniel Mirakai. Jarrett Reason Self. Cody Ryan Taylor. Jackson Dobert Lefbaker. Mariah Jordan Momelani Deloach. Sydney Elise Sandifer. Clarice Kelly Wilder. Ruby Marie Maddox. Jackson Richard Wall. Jack Snyder. Luke August Mathis. Jack Andrew Benkert. Stone Richard Wygant. Braden Matthew Simon. Zachary Sims Senkus. Benjamin I. Sherman. Jacob Paul Patton. Emma Louise Nolt. Matthew Dale Mund. Macy Blake Tilley. Bailey L. Moy. Patrick Harrison Miller Hill. Houston N. Pate. Janessa Mary May. Julia Grace Very. Caden Roth Wells. Joshua E. McLeod. Sarah L. Aladawi. Landon Mason Vandiver. Taylor Eugene Shannon. Garrett Russell. Joseph Anthony Stewart. Ethan Tyler McNeil. Maxwell Thomas McKinnon. Daniel Joseph Smith. Philip Michael Barbie. Brittany Ann Lehman. Olivia Marie Aubin. Anita Zameri. Hannah Claire Yancey. Sutton J. Nichols. Liang Zhu. David Brandt Reidner, Jr. Nicholas B. Zooks. Nicholas Bartlett Tooley. Samuel George Powell. Nolan S. Stidham. Ethan Mitchell Wadwa. Cade Scott Siva. William Harrison Maddox. Caden Lee Mitchell. Nicholas Prescott Stevens. Ellen Claire Rose. Connor Jacob Genovese. Isabel Rose Reddington. Julia Marie Long. Giovanna Marchesa Rondinelli. Ellie Mundy. Madeline Pyle. Cassandra Leanne Rosman. Lauren Ann Surratt. Jane Carson Wade. Emmy Sue Smith. Sydney Elizabeth Stanilois. Logan Rawdon. Kay Elizabeth Pierce. Abigail Faith Pierce. Jackson Tucker Sutterth. Vincent John Donald Puccinelli. Peyton Nathaniel Westcott. Austin Wadzinski. Nicholas Lee Fowler. Julian Robert Medina. Joseph R. Martell III. Samuel Brunswick Lowe V. Thomas Eli Warrington. George Joseph Cusick. Joseph Schmitz. Patty DeBrune. Michaela Danielle Ullum. Nicole Marie Reagan. Campbell Nicole Beach. Maya Elizabeth Regal. Grace Elizabeth Skeen. Haley Gray Sluss. Sophia Christina Mancini. Nicholas Dilger Moss. Michael Robert Newhoff. Logan D. McKee. Olivia Catherine Mowbray. Carly Lauren Cinema. Sean Michael Mulligan. Christopher Zenzi II. Brock Pfeiffer. Ramona Jane Benefield. Victoria Marie Vanderford. Abigail Noel Shea Mortensen. Megan Claire Taylor. Amy Geisinger. Ainsley Anna Shaw. Alexis Ray Evans. Alyssa Paige Geisher. Lindsay Marie McDonald. Uta Rose Johnson Sulia. Morgan Elizabeth Rudo. Kira Doyle. Nicholas Neil Swentiski.
Go ahead.
Andrew John Wilhelm.
You can go.
Benjamin Noah Tyler. Mitzi Jacqueline Samudio Lopez.
You can go.
Keely Marie Strickland. Jake Peralta.
Go ahead.
Matthew Chase Surprenant. Josiah McDermott. Sophie Amir Pouty. Christopher P. Mitchell. Madison Elizabeth Marie Rowe. Haley Nicole Williford. Carson Lee Perkins. Zachary Keegan Sloan. William Hughes Parker.
Go ahead.
Parker Charles Swartz. Samuel Wilcox.
You can go.
Robert Lane Whitaker. Cheyenne Smelovich.
Go ahead.
Jonathan B. Mina. William Caden Stitt. Dalton Christopher Phillips. Leo S. Jameson. Bailey Marie Richards. Alex Michael Overstreet. Angie Stephanie Vega. Heather Michaela Rucker. Solomon Andrew Smith. Jennifer Allison Ross. Sydney Ann Howell. Sarah Noel Williams. Leanne Evelyn Hembry. Lauren Elizabeth Howard. Natalie Stambaugh.
You can go.
Caitlin Shea Smith.
You can go. That's okay.
Nicole Marie Sanders.
Go.
Moises Nunez.
You can go.
Matthew Randall Scott. Christopher Carlos Torres. Connor Theodore Kershing. Emily Claire Mason. John Andrew Schmoody. Abigail Claire Freeman. Chloe Grace Thompson. Sarah Grace Travis. Caroline Grace Dennis. Morgan Elizabeth Griffey. Megan Elizabeth Wright.
You can go.
Olivia Marie Bowden. Caitlin Marie Smith. Catherine Nicole Schieffer. Kristen Thornlow. James Evan Winder. Dominic Vigorito. Benjamin Alexander Pinzon. Caitlin Marie Rimbazuski. Lauren Elizabeth Wall. McKenna Brooke Garabay. Ashton Nathaniel Holt Thornton. Ernest Elroy Jones III. Hunter Kyle Jordan. Boone Ramsey Reed. Jessica Haley Moore. Brianne Michelle Johnson. Carly Mackenzie Shell. Payne Williams Wright. Ethan Blake Moody. Cade Caldwell, Noah Patrick Walsh, Frank Mario Orico, Francesco Joseph Santucci, Garrison Riley Leonard, Connor M. Lupton, Joshua James Scully, Nathan Samuel Dockery, Hannah Brock, Madison Hope Whitus, Morgan Elizabeth Bly, Claire Elise Thaler, Caroline Elizabeth Vasallo, Margaret Ann Grosvenor, Carrie Margaret Woolley, Kyle Dry, Andrew Tyler Dallaire, Matthew Joseph Sturdivant, Michael Elish Piper, Lauren Taylor White, Miles George Weaver, Trevor Ross Spence, Joel Peter Wright, Robert Schuyler Wilson, Zachary Jacob Smith, Ashley Leanne O'Donnell, Lillian Kendall Weeks, Giselle Machado, Roan O'Leary, Jacob Michael Kleist, Aubrey Jane Bishop, Celia Cartwright Woodruff, Sydney Lauren Issa, Emery Lakin Krager, Lucille Louise Owens, Ryan Andrew Miller, Jesus Montiel Otero, Kayla Nicole Sogona, Anna Sweden, Ryan Thomas Nicodemus, Luke Thomas Leville, Olga Moisiuk, Brent Stephen McCurdy, Zachary S. Mosley, Sydney Karen Minier, Alicia Marie Tonaccio, Isabella Colleen Dujardin, Annie Clara Johnson, Caitlin Michelle Motto, Jackson Garrett Zahn, Jordan K. McPhail, Kate Marie Warkowski, Ryan Patrick Taylor, Michael John Riccardi, Kush Narendra Patel, Paxton Mackenzie Parks, Gracie Brianne Forrester, Emma Elizabeth White, Shade Powell, Sebastian C. Yardemarco, Maxwell Robert Wood, Anna Marie Turner, Abby Soyson, Madison Abigail Murray, Evelyn Michelle Patton, Paige Corderero, Tara Ann Murphy. Mackenzie Lynn Matheson. Noah Ruth. Madeline Elizabeth McCannon. Sofia Vicario. Francisco Javier Sanchez. John Maxim Umberger. Milan Patel. Nikhil Patel. Manuel Alejandro Martinez Jr. Jack Michael Rapp.
Go.
Hayden Paul Metzelder.
You can go.
Lucas Hedden Schaffner.
Go ahead.
Nathan Zane Parker. Connor J. Price. James Anthony Thomas. Robert Connor Phillips. David Michael Weaver. Luke Andrew Wisnant. Macy Jo Clark Wisnant.
You can go. You want to go now?
Lily Catherine Maddox. Maddie Ruth Rowe. Nathaniel B. Wolford.
Go ahead.
Kevin Richard Wiltsey. John Andrew Summer. Zachary Paul Snyder. Luke W. Solkowski. Evan Alexander Milligan. Claire Minot Berry.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Colonel Daniel Ardamian Johnson, Commander of U.S. Air Force ROTC Detachment 800. Colonel Johnson will commission our graduating cadets into the Armed Forces of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, the individuals coming forward are graduating from the University of Tennessee's Air Force ROTC program. In a moment, I will administer the oath of office, officially commissioning them as officers in our nation's armed forces. Will the officer candidates please come forward? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, United States Air Force's newest second lieutenants.
So hasn't this been a wonderful big orange kind of day? Before Chancellor Plowman confers degrees, we would like to say congratulations to the class of 2024. Yeah, it's fun. Graduates, as vols for life, please remember, wear orange on Fridays. Attend alumni events. Stay in touch with us. And don't you ever forget that Rocky Top will always be home sweet home. After this celebration, the stage party will recess and our ceremony will be officially concluded. Graduates will exit at the back of the arena floor to receive a gift from the university. Graduates will then exit the building and be directed to the outdoor ramp toward the concourse level to meet with their guest. As a reminder, guests will not be allowed onto the arena floor and are asked to exit the building up the stairs to the concourse level. And now, graduates, it's my pleasure to turn our commencement ceremony over to Chancellor Plowman, who will confer your degrees. Chancellor Plowman.
Graduates, today we celebrate not only the diploma you've earned, but the education that it represents, the knowledge you've gained, the experience that you've shared, and the relationships that have guided you over the past few years. You are such a special group, and everyone has mentioned it. You arrived on Rocky Top, most of you, in the fall of 2020 at a time of enormous uncertainty. Unsure of how your college experience would unfold. Are you going to take a class by Zoom? Are you going to take it face-to-face? Are you going to wear the mask? Is there no mask? And you didn't have any idea about that third Saturday in October. Let's hear it for that. But you all came in with an open mind and an unwavering belief in yourself. You trusted that you were prepared for this moment, and the people around you, both here on campus and at home, would support you along the way, and they have done that. You did it. That makes you, in my opinion, the bravest, the most capable, the most resilient, the most unstoppable, the most determined graduates, Dean Mangum, that Haslam's ever turned out. Let's hear it for this class. So today, now you're going to leave this place as college graduates, ready for whatever comes next in your journey. We are all so proud of you, and we want you to remember this moment. So we've now arrived at the part of the ceremony where I get to confer your degrees. And in a moment, you're going to move your tassel from right to left. That transition is symbolic of the transition from student to graduate. This is a special moment for you to celebrate all your years of hard work and dedication. Degree candidates, will you please stand? Your presence here today demonstrates that you have done all of the work, completed all of the requirements for this degree. So, on behalf of the state of Tennessee and the UT Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended. Undergraduates, you may now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, graduates. You may now be seated. We will close the ceremony, as is our tradition, by singing the alma mater together for your first time as alumni. After the alma mater, at my direction, we'll take a few moments to celebrate and soak in this experience. At that time, you can throw your caps, snap some photos with your friends, find your family. Let's just celebrate and enjoy. It's a moment for you to celebrate yourself and what you've accomplished. So please stand for the alma mater. And congratulations again to everyone. And go Vols. Okay, we're going to close this out. We're going to have a countdown from 3. You're going to help me do it. 3, 2, 1. Let's celebrate.